Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start off with an eye primer. This one is from Benefit. Applying it all over my lid and then just blending it out using my clean finger. Then simply setting everything in place using some pressed powder onto the entire lid area before moving on to actual eyeshadows. The first eyeshadow that I'm going to be using for this look is Raw Sienna from the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. Applying that onto the crease using my tapered blending brush and just simply applying that onto the crease using windshield and circular motions, combining those two together and applying it that way. Moving on to Burnt Orange from the palette as well. I'm going to be applying this on top of the previous eyeshadow in the exact same way that I applied the previous eyeshadow, so just windshield and circular motions back and forth along the crease. Realgar is going to be the last color that I use on the lid, and I'm applying that onto the entire mobile lid area using just a regular eyeshadow brush, just patting that on there before moving on and grabbing my tapered blending brush once again in order to combine everything together along the crease so that you don't know where one eyeshadow ends and the other one begins. Then of course, lashes. Today I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, just applying a couple of really good coats onto the lashes before moving on to the face. For the under eye area, I'm going to start off by color correcting using my Brightening color corrector from Becca, just applying a light layer of that onto the under eyes before moving on to foundation. For today's look, I chose to go with the Milani Conceal+Perfect foundation, which I feel like at the moment suits my skin tone pretty darn well. So just applying that using my damp beauty blender onto the entire face before coming back to the under eye area and applying some concealer. And this here is my Holy Grail top concealer, current favorite, Tarte Shape Tape. So applying that onto the under eye area before blending everything out and then setting everything in place using my RCMA No Color Loose Powder. Just grabbing a little bit of that, dabbing it underneath the eye area in order to prevent it from going anywhere and from creasing throughout the day. Moving on to brows for the moment, I'm going to be using my Brow Wiz in order to shape and fill in my brows so that it really helps frame the entire face. Next, going back to the eyes, taking this Lancôme eye pencil, which is in the most gorgeous blue that I've ever seen in my entire life, and simply lining along the waterline for a pop of color. And then I just went back to the Anastasia palette, grabbed Burnt Orange in order to just blend everything out and make it look nice and seamless underneath the eye area between the two colors. And then of course went back with mascara in order to just apply one quick coat onto the bottom lashes. Then going back to the face with my Hoola bronzer, applying that onto the hollows of my cheeks while swirling the brush upward in order to give me that contour bronzy effect. And then of course adding some blush. This one is a beautiful rosy blush shade from Sigma, applying that onto the cheeks before moving on to highlight. This shade is pretty blinding, I must say. I think I snapped about it. I actually did, yes, I snapped about it. This shade is called Rodeo Drive from them. I received it in my BoxyCharm box, and at first I was like, I don't know if I'd be into it, but then once I put it on, I was like, yes, totally into it. So I'm applying that onto the tops of my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow area, chin, and then I'm also going to be applying it onto the brow bone and of course onto the inner corners of my eyes for that extra pop. For the lips today, I actually decided to combine two of Kat Von D's liquid lipsticks. The first one that I'm applying is Lolita II, which is a very intense, kind of like orangey color. And then the second one is Ophelia, which is more of a nudie peach, I guess I could say. Nudie, pinky peach. Anyway, it creates the most beautiful shade. I highly recommend it. If you have the two, combine them. You're going to thank me later. And in order to keep a fresh face and for the makeup to all look seamless and combined, I am going to finish this look off with some setting spray. So that is all. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video tutorial and that you enjoyed this look. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video.